Hello everyone, in this video I want to take you through how we like to revamp some of our older pens. So this pen has been around for about 4.5 years now and was originally planted in grass and buckwheat. So now the birds have eaten down all the grass, eaten out all the buckwheat, and we had put in cedar mulch, but with all the rain we get here in Northwest Ohio, and the cold, the cedar mulch only lasts so long before it gets mixed into the mud. And so after, about 4.5 years now, it's really time to clean out these pens. So this pen has already had all the old cedar mulch removed, and now we're getting ready to go ahead and revamp it. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and give my birds a nice place to get out of the elements. And so I want to give them some sort of a coop to get into, some sort of shelter. Here I've got a shelter that I got on clearance at Lowe's for about $50. Normally, I encourage everybody to go ahead and build your own structures. They just last a lot longer than anything you can buy in any of the stores. But considering the price and the time it was going to save me to go ahead and just put this pre-constructed model together, it was worth the $50 investment. Once I have the shelter together and I've decided where I want to put that, my next plan is to decide where I want to place some plants. So for this pen, we've got a few plants, and the first thing we want to do is to go ahead and dig a little depression about halfway down into the ground to where you'd like the plant to go ahead and stand. Now, the reason why we only do halfway into the ground is because, again, we live in Northwest Ohio, a place that is, or was formerly referred to as the Black Swamp. And so we have a lot of rain, a lot of standing water on top of hard clay soil. And so if you plant anything directly into the ground, there is a huge chance it's going to get too much water. So we like to raise ours up a little bit, and we'll go ahead and keep it in the pot. And you'll see we remove the bottom of the pot. Once we remove the bottom of the pot, we go ahead, we'll place it where we want it. We'll go ahead and build up the soil around the pot. And then after we get that done, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take some hardware cloth and we want to wrap it around any of our plants. And that is to go ahead and let the plants establish themselves before the birds go ahead and just eat them all. Because if you don't protect your plants right away, they will eventually be eaten by the birds and die. Now, if you can let them establish for a while, you'll be good later on going ahead and taking the hardware cloth down. So after we wrap the plants in the hardware cloth, we're going to go ahead and attach that with some hog rings and hog ring pliers. And then we're going to use some landscape staples to attach that to the ground and just keep everything in place. Once all your plants are in place and you're happy with where everything is set up, now you want to place your substrate. And we want something here that's going to drain really well for us, that the birds are not going to be able to make a mess out of. And so we're using here medium-sized river rock. This isn't the only substrate that we use. We do use smaller stones, sometimes number 8. Sometimes we still will use cedar mulch depending on the bird that we're working with. But you definitely want something that's going to keep your birds dry and happy, particularly, again, if you live in a spot where you're getting a lot of water. So we're taking a full yard of river rock, going to take it out of the truck, move it into the pens, place it where we want it. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and set up my food and waters. For these birds, these are blue-eared pheasants. So we're going to go ahead and keep our food in the dog kennel that you saw from the beginning of the video. And that's because any type of blue-eared or eared pheasant really does a lot of digging, and any type of the digging birds typically spill a lot of food. And we don't want that food getting down into our substrate and fermenting and causing a big, nasty mess. So we'll keep that in the dog pen. Okay. Now, once our substrate's down, we're all done. We can go ahead and let the birds relax, get accustomed to their new settings. And after a while, what you'll have is the ability to go ahead and take out the hardware cloth screens, um, let your birds and plants interact. And that's what you see here in this older pen where we have our mountain quail. And you can see that they can run in and out of their habitat, go ahead and nest under some of the bushes we have in there. And this seems to create a really nice environment for the birds. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions and hope to see you back on the channel. Thanks.